Straight Talk Society. This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of Straight Talk with Trevor.
Because the ladies from Pour Your Heart Out
no topic
will be over
is
here
off
to
limits.
join the panel.
Plus, but it's a must, you gon' respect this. Plus, your nuts will touch the dust, you try to check this. You ain't
The
insane,
MMA Brothers, Bonez and Zay, have pre and post shows to the MMA shows, and I am your host, Mr. Straight Talk, the man with the greatest beard on YouTube.
I'm gonna tell you something. Facial hair is not apostolic. However you want to cut it, it's compromise. I don't care if your leader says you can wear a beard, honey. Beard's nothing more than pride. You're not going to be dipped in Holy Ghost oil and run around looking like the world.
Oh, I love throwing that in there. Real quick, I am back on Facebook. I guess they took me out of jail. I was able to connect the channel back. Those of you on Facebook, make sure and hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
And also, on Mondays, 6 o'clock, tune in to the same channel for Man Talk Monday. Trust me, you ain't got nothing better to do. Even if you think you do and you tune into that show, you're going to realize, oh, man,
okay,
I've been missing this.
Yeah. Because this is why you need me.
Once you listen to that, drop a like. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel because you're hard-headed, go ahead and subscribe to it
They
now.
are goofy.
And when you listen to that, if you haven't subscribed, you're going to want to subscribe. And then you're going to want to go back through the archives. And you're going to want to catch up on all your Man Talk Mondays. And then you might be able to find a few Bible debates in there.
That's what I'm going to say. Tape His Politics is on Tuesday.
Vancat, Mike, MD, and Ricardo do such a fantastic job with that. That's every Tuesday at 6 o'clock.
My position is impregnable. You can't do it.
If that doesn't fancy your boat,
yeah, Wrestling with Reality on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, acknowledge.
We have the return of Straight Talk Therapy sessions with the one and only Dr. Mia. So y'all be sure and tune into that.
And then you got the Bible debates on Thursdays.
So yeah, man, lock in with the Straight Talk Society, man, because you won't regret it, and we appreciate it. Also, milk coming out too. Look out for the merch. And if y'all can be so kind as to subscribe to the channel, it's only $1.99 a month. With all this premium content that we pushing out, it's definitely worth it. It just helps provide the channel with a resource to give y'all even better content, as if it can get better, right? But you know, just go ahead and show us some love. We would be greatly appreciative.
The Straight Talk Society. We will not go over that 2.5 hour mark. So, Mike, you know you ain't got no shirt on, right?
I never have clothes on, bro.
But I'm saying you like right on the like crazy.
My bad. I don't like clothes, bro. Anybody that knows me, my fault.
Crazy.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
Zay Bonez, the MMA Brothers.
Good morning. Good morning. What's going on?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Not much. Saturday was pretty decent. This is the MMA Brothers UFC 301 review show. I'm Zay.
And I'm Bones.
And we're going to get right into it. Today is Sunday, May 5th. UFC 301. What did you think about the card overall?
Overall, I thought it was a pretty decent card. As far as with the judges, I thought the judges was pretty spot on with the exception of one fight. I thought that was kind of, I disagree with, but overall, I thought it was a good card, though.
Yeah,
the theme of the card was Young Hungry Lions versus the old vets, and we'll get into it.
Yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Same.
Mayweather fought. Not Mayweather.
Canelo
fought last night too. Didn't get a chance to check that out. But all right, let's take it from the top. We had Alessandro Costa versus Kevin Borjas.
He be confusing me the way he be dyeing his hair from black to blonde and blonde and black.
Yeah, he did definitely look different. He kind of favored Alex Perez a little bit. But Alessandro Costa disposes of Kevin Borjas in round number 2, minute and 35 seconds in. The leg kicks pretty much is what did him in. He caught him with a couple leg kicks, and once he hit him with that first one and it buckled him, he just kept throwing them back to back. He spammed them pretty much, spammed leg kicks, and got him to the ground and then went and pounded him out. It was a pretty fun fight. I feel like Costa was in control the whole time. He started with the leg kicks early in round 1. He threw like 2 of them. Then he went away from him. Kevin Borjas was throwing like 1-2s, whereas Costa was coming in way more aggressive and he was throwing volume. Had some nice body shots, 3-4 punches at a time. He definitely looked like the faster, more powerful guy. And I think we both picked Costa to win, actually, too.
Yeah, Costa, he came out, with more energy, and he just seemed like he had more pop to his punches. Like you said, he utilized the leg kicks, and the leg kicks is basically what did it for Ross. He dropped him a couple of times from the leg kicks, and then just got on top of him and pounded him out. But I'm a fan of Costa. The first time I seen him fight was against Astro Boy. So I'm a fan of him. I feel like he bring it every time, and he trained with your boy too.
Yeah, Diego Lopez. I'm starting to become a fan of that gym, the whole gym over there.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the champion, but besides that,
I like how they all got that high guard. They all keep their hands like glued to their face pretty much for the most part.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
So yeah, that was pretty much that. I feel like Costa may be in the top 10. After the fight, he called out Erceg. I guess he wanted that one back.
Yeah, because I think he took the fight on short notice, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I won't mind seeing him run at that.
Next up in the lightweight bout, we had Ishmael Bonfim versus Vince from Hell Pachel.
Bones hates Alexa Grasso. I don't hate her. I'm just not a big fan of her, and I don't think that she deserves the headline Mexican Independence Day in the Spirit, one of the biggest MMA events of all time.
Why? She the only Mexican champion.
I know, and that's not my fault. You feel me? But I don't think that she's the headline.
It's her fault for being the Mexican champion. Like, you earned that.
I got it. Go ahead. Because, like, all right, for example, if you had somebody like Cain Velasquez, like that's somebody I was like, all right, yeah, he can main event. When you say the biggest MMA card of all time, that's what Dana White called it. I don't think Alex Grosso should have like that. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like if it's Mexican themed, who would you choose?
I don't think they should have put Mexican Independence Day in the sphere. They should have just made it a big pay-per-view card.
And my thing is, how is it Mexican Independence Day when ain't that today?
I don't know. I'm not good with the Mexican history like that.
Chris, help us out. But next up, yeah, Ishmael Bonfim versus Vince Pichel. Pichel proved that he's still
tough.
I'm not gonna say unfinishable, but yeah, his toughness was definitely on display, which means that he pretty much got his ass kicked. Kind of saw that one coming too, just because he's the old vet, 40-year-old, taking on somebody in their late 20s, and especially in the lighter weight classes. When you're in the lightweight classes, you don't age that well. I feel like they rely a lot on speed and agility and just athleticism in general. Whereas a heavyweight,
to your point, that's why you see
a lot more on power.
Yeah, so I want to say that's why you see a lot of heavyweights go well to like their 40s and stuff like that, because it's not as much reliant on timing and speed. Whereas the lighter weight classes, it's all about timing and speed. Cinco de Mayo, which translates to the 5th of May in English, is a holiday meant to commemorate the Mexican military victory of the 1862 Battle of Puebla during the country's war with France. So it's not an Independence Day; it's a something separate. All right.
Got
to clarify that,
Memorial Day.
Yeah. This fight was to kind of get Bonfim back on the winning track. Him and his brother, the Bonfim brothers, are both very talented fighters. I enjoy watching both of them fight. He caught Pichel with a nasty body shot. I believe it was in round 2. And he also caught him with he was just mixing up his combinations pretty good. And he was catching him with a lot of body shots, and that was just zapping his energy out. Mixed up his jabs pretty well. He just beat him up, and his face was a mess by the end of the 3rd round.
Yeah, I feel like Bonfim grew in this fight for the simple fact of, in the beginning, you can tell he was going for the knockout, but after round 2, I think he started to gas a little bit, and he realized that he wasn't going to get him out of there. So he just started picking his shots. He took a little bit off of every shot and was just throwing more volume. And I feel like that was him learning that he can't get everybody out of there, and he can't chase knockouts. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, this was the first time he been past round 2 in his career.
Right, and he was able to. He showed that he can take a more measured approach and actually just tone it down a little bit and make sure he can run the marathon and not just sprint all the time. So
yeah,
he looked pretty good in victory. I'd like to see what they're gonna give him next. Next up, in the women's flyweight bout, we had Deonna Barbosa was a unanimous decision over Ernesta Caricati.
But let me take this one first, please.
All right, go ahead.
This fight I had a problem with because I felt like the decision went to the wrong person. Barbosa, she did win round 1. And at the start of the fight, she just seemed like the more energetic fighter, the hungrier fighter. She had the home cooking behind her and everything like that. She was just mixing up the boxing, and she just seemed like she was on another level. And then in round 2, she kind of started slowing down a little bit. I feel like Ernesta, she kind of started getting more comfortable. I feel like she was like a bit timid and a bit nervous at first. She was able to utilize some takedowns, and she was sprawling real good too. She had a nice sprawl, and it's crazy because in the first round she wasn't sprawling at all, really. And in the second and third round, she had a pretty good sprawl. She seemed like she had more energy. She had more pop behind her punches. I feel like she definitely should have won this fight.
I agree with you 100%. I felt like this was a bad decision, but I do see improvement in both fighters based off of what I saw from them in the Contender Series. Ernesta, the fight that I seen with her previously. If you take her down, she'll lay on her back and she'll just be a sitting duck. She's going against someone who had excellent ground game, and I thought if she got taken down that she would be stuck there. But she defended a choke in the first round that I thought there's no way she could have defended that choke. A rear naked choke. The arm was clearly under the chin. It was deep. And I think Barbosa made the mistake of trying to trap Ernesto's arm with her legs in the body triangle, and in turn, kind of like lost focus for a split second and lost the choke. And she almost had her in the armbar towards the end. She's very good at chasing the armbar from your back. But Ernesto survived the first round, came out in the second. Dion Barbosa caught her with a good spin in the elbow too.
Oh yeah.
She caught her more like in the shoulder, or more like with her shoulder, but the elbow did kind of connect around the neck area.
Hey, wait, bro, let me ask you a question. So you think that because of that shot and that shot kind of dropped her or rocked her, you think that's why she got around? Because after that, she didn't do nothing for the rest of the round. That was kind of early that was within the first minute, I think.
Yeah, I felt like the fact that after that round, everybody who I was around was asking, "Who do you think won that round?" Kind of let you know that, like, okay, so it's possible that they would see it another way. But at the end of the fight, I felt like Ernesto should have got the decision. But you know what they say, when you fight a Brazilian in Brazil, you come in down one round already. So Jakarta that his coaches told him. Yeah, I agree. Definitely a bad decision.
In Mexico too, ask Valentina Shevchenko. She'll tell you.
All right.
I meant to bring it up too. DC pointed that out in the first round. She had the rear naked choke with the arm under the chin, and she had the body lock trapping the girl's arm. So, like DC said, for the most part, you should finish that submission. You know, I understand. I'm not trying to take nothing away from Ernesto or nothing like that. That was good defense on her part, but if in the jiu-jitsu world, if I have my arm already under your chin and already got the body lock trapping your arm, because the natural defense for that is to pull your arm, grab the person's arm and pull it down with both of your arms. But if I got one of your arms, that takes away half of your power, half of your strength. So there's no way you should be able to defend that, in my opinion. I feel like once I got somebody like that, that's it.
Yeah. So Diani Barbosa, her striking improved. I looked at this as purely a striker versus grappler match, but Diani Barbosa did do some good work on the feet, and Ernesta did do some good work on the ground. So I see improvement for both ladies, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see this one later on down the road again.
Yeah.
Injecting some new blood into the flyweight division. But next up.
Hey, speaking of new blood.
Oh man. Wait, so hold on, wait. So far on this card,
hold on, I'm gonna go through it. Hold up. We'll start from the top.
So far on this card, all of my picks were right.
Now, all Brazilians won so far.
Except for I didn't touch this fight. I just touched it to go over 2.5 rounds. This fight, I picked this one too. We had Mauricio Ruffy making his official UFC debut, coming from the Contender Series. He's out of the Fighting Nerds camp, squaring up against Jamie Malarkey, who I said yesterday Friday, I should say, was Jamie Malarkey was the better fighter. He's the better MMA fighter, but I didn't trust his chin versus Mauricio Ruffy's power and speed. And Ruffy came out in his little McGregor-esque stance.
Oh yeah.
He was really quick. At first he was just countering. He did something I never saw before. It was some kind of almost like a leg sweep, like a takedown.
Yep.
It was like a Imanari roll, but he fell backwards instead of rolling forward. It was weird. He just fight like he's so free and just like willing to try anything. I like that. I think that's what's gonna make him dangerous, aside from the power. But he really beat up Jamie Mullarkey really bad. Like he had his face red from like 3 jabs, but it was power jabs. It wasn't just like a little tap. He actually like jumped into it, put his weight behind the jab, and had Mullarkey face all red and bruised up. And then eventually he caught him with a hook, had him scrabbling against the cage, hit him with a flying knee, busted his nose, had him looking like he just came out of a horror movie. And he just unloaded on him, man. And Jamie Mullarkey was tough. He's game. He was trying to fight back. He was up against the cage. You could tell he didn't have his legs, but he was still firing back. And Ruffy didn't rush. He didn't rush the like he aggressively pursued the finish, but he didn't rush it. He didn't smother his punches. He still was trying to counter as opposed to just being strictly offensive. And he eventually dropped Mullarkey and put him to sleep. First round.
Bro, I'm very, very ecstatic and impressed with Mauricio Ruffy. Because it's one thing for everybody to know your game plan, and it's a whole other thing for you to be able to utilize it. We all know what he wanted to do coming into this fight, and he sure enough did it because the way he utilized his range and he had the McGregor-like stance and everything like that, he was very patient. Another thing, too, I liked about him, as soon as he got into the octagon, he was very stoic, and he just stared into the soul of Mullarkey. And he just stared at him the whole time. Even while he was getting his name introduced by Bruce Buffer, you know, as most fighters, they go nuts over that. He didn't flinch not 1 second. He just stared at him, just like how Chaos Williams does or Fulton do. Also, Yuri does the same thing. And whenever you have a fighter that's that intense like that, but then as soon as the fight starts, they show calmness and patience, that's a recipe for a champion right there. You know, I'm not saying he's going to be a champion, but he has the recipe, and I think he has the tools to do that. The fact that he did the Minari roll shows how comfortable he is in the cage. He's just throwing like a little nugget in there just for him to have something to worry about. You know, so I'm a huge fan of Ruffy, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do next.
Yeah, but, man, I think they got something going in that camp. I think it's one of the up-and-coming camps.
Yeah, certain camps, man, just produce gold, just like the camp in Mexico, Grosso's camp.
Yeah. Lobos. Next up, we had Joaquim Silva versus Drakkar Klose. This fight was pretty exciting. It was a lot of fun. Drakkar Klose came out in the beginning. He was keeping his distance, but he was walking forward, and he was pretty much putting the pressure on Silva. He outstruck him really good, hurt him a couple of times. I wouldn't say he rocked him, but he definitely got his attention. And then second round came out, and he tried to implement more of a clinch style. He had him clinched up against the cage. And I was kind of wondering why was he doing that, because he was doing so good standing. Couldn't really get takedowns, but he just had him just holding him up against the cage, pressing him, making him work. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's trying to wear Silva out. But when they disengaged, Silva was able to connect with a mean right hand, and it wobbled Drakkar Klose a little bit. You saw him on the Bambi legs a little bit. Then he started backing up, and it looked like he actually wore himself out with the grappler. He survived the second round. The third round came, and it was one of those, like, I felt like he won the second round just barely, but then the third round came, and he was exhausted. He was just exhausted, and he was in survival mode. It was a lot of scrambles in the third round. I didn't think he was going to hold on. He had a huge mouse over his eye, but eventually he was able to squeeze out a win.
Yeah, squeeze is the right word, because, man, the first round I thought he won clearly. In the second round, he just kind of, he got dropped, you know, and then once he got dropped, he just kind of, I feel like he didn't fully recover. And also changed his game, his mentality, because he just kind of was just on skates basically the whole time. He wasn't trying to do everything he could to win the fight. You know, basically, he knew he already had the first round won, and he just kind of coasted. I feel like, I feel like he could have showed a little bit more urgency. He definitely won the fight, but it wasn't. I wouldn't say I was impressed by it. What was he saying to DC about post fight? Because I couldn't really hear too good.
He was saying that Paul Felder, that I guess when he called out Paul Felder, DC was dissing him, saying that he's just gonna hold him up against the fence.
And it's kind of what he did, though.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he did. In the second round, like I said, it was like the tale of two fights. The first round, he looked like the more confident, more experienced striker. You could tell I feel like his experience won him that fight. In the second round, it's like he switched it up, and then when he got clipped, it's like he dominated the control, and he had more strikes even though they weren't significant. And Silva just had that one bomb that he landed that pretty much changed the trajectory of the fight. I would say it changed the momentum of the fight, but Jakar Close was able to hang on, and the last round it was a bunch of scrambles. Both men were going back and forth, but Jakar Close was it's like whoever was going backwards in this fight was losing.
Yeah,
he didn't really have much behind his. He was using the jab a lot in the third round, but he didn't have much behind it either. So I mean, you could tell.
You heard who he called out, right?
Nah, I don't remember.
Jalen Turner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he want to fight Beneil Dariush. For those of you who haven't seen that fight, YouTube it. Jakar Close versus Dariush KO. It was pretty intense and pretty impressive.
That was his last loss.
Yeah, he said he either want that fight back or he want to fight Jalen Turner.
That's pretty interesting.
You don't hear many people calling out Jalen Turner.
No, you don't. But after what he did, I feel like he needed to redeem himself. Next up, we had Elvis Brenner versus Mike Bektik oral bye. As you can see so far, all the favorites have won. And that trend continued with this. Mike Bektik oral bye was just, like I said yesterday, Friday, I keep saying yesterday, but like I said Friday, the Terminator kept coming forward, grabbing the takedowns. He kept taking them down. Every time he would get up, he would take them back down. And when he take you down, he's landing elbows, punches, really beating up Brenner real bad. He dominated the first round. The second round, he hurt Brenner on the feet. And I feel like it was 2 times in that fight he could have knocked out Brenner. But he just was so grapple-minded that he would go for the takedown. And I feel like he was kind of doing himself a disservice there. I don't even know if he realized how bad he hurt him at one point, because he already had in his mind, you can tell, all right,
takedown.
1, 2, 3 takedown. You feel me? 1, 2, 3 takedown.
Yeah.
And I feel like he didn't realize how wobbled Elvis Brenner was. At one point, he did get a takedown late in the second round, and Brenner swept him, got on top of him, and started doing some ground and pound of his own. And then going into the third, his coaches were mad at him, telling him, look, you can use your hands. Shout out to Uriah Faber. But he came out, used his hands a little bit, and started grappling. And he almost let this one get away from him. Because I felt like Elvis Brenner got some confidence when he was able to reverse one of those, when he was able to sweep him on the ground and get some ground and pound off. I feel like he gave Brenner confidence. Brenner was definitely exhausted, but he's a dog. He fought through it. And unfortunately, it was too little too late, unfortunately for him. So McBektik got the win.
Hey, Brenner is another one, too, that dies his hair back and forth from blonde to black, and it can be confusing me sometimes. But I feel like even though Bektik got the decision victory here, I thought that he was going to do more, and I was a little disappointed, if I'm being honest. I feel like he could have finished the fight. Yeah, it was shaky for a moment. Brenner almost pulled through.
Yeah, he did.
I feel like he could have finished the fight, like you said. And the fact that he didn't finish the fight, and Brenner was able to reverse sweep him and get on top and do some ground and pound and everything like that. I didn't see that coming. That surprised me. I thought he would just start sprinter, to be honest with you. So I feel like he has more MMA, he needs more MMA time and whatever. And with more of the gun experience, he'll become better. I feel like.
Yeah, but he's definitely a beast, man. It's somebody to look out for. I'm interested to see how they match him up moving forward. So next up, we had Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Asman Lucindo, and this fight was just one-way traffic the whole way through. Lucindo just pretty much dominated Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I didn't like to see it, but I saw it coming because, again, one of the new up-and-comers taking out the old guard.
Yeah, she just beat up for 3 rounds. She was getting her a combination. She did whatever she wanted. She controlled the pace of the fight. She took her roll away. It was one-sided ass whooping, basically.
Yeah, Karolina didn't know what to do with her. And she tried. I mean, she kept coming forward in those blitzes, but she kept getting countered. She was getting taken down. She was getting beat up on the ground. She had to fight off submissions. And when they got back to the feet, which is what I thought Karolina was going to have the advantage, yeah, it was a sad one for Karolina, especially in that 4-fight win streak she was on. But, I mean, yeah, she just got dominated. It was really. She had a cut on her eye. There was a lot of blood last night.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Not really much more to say about that one. It was just a simple one-sided ass kicking. You think? What you think next for Karolina, and what you think next for Lucinda?
Karolina probably. I mean, I won't mind seeing her retire. She can still maybe go, but she can't really be at the upper echelon of the division. UFC just going to use her to put over more people, basically, more up and comers.
Yeah, I can see that. So with that fight, I hit on the parlay because I picked both of the female fights to go over 2.5 rounds. That did it for me. And then all the other fights I was betting individually, and I was looking pretty good so far. Wasn't betting nothing major, just like $10 here, $10 there, seeing if I win, if I do, and whatever. But Chris said Karolina is with me now.
Huh.
All right, so next up we have Jack Tank Shore versus Joanderson Brito. And even though I am a Jack Shore fan, I did pick Brito to win this fight.
Ooh.
And he definitely won it. This was a vicious leg kick stoppage. He was hitting him with leg kicks, but Jack Shore checked one of the kicks. When he checked it, you just saw his shin split open. He literally had like a hole in his shin. I didn't know if a bone was poking out or what, but the doctor stopped it. He was literally fingering this man's chin. His shin.
Oh my goodness! It was so
literally
gross.
fingering his chin. It was disgusting.
Bro, I never seen a leg injury like that. The doctor literally.
Yeah, you just don't remember it.
Not like that. Where the doctor can stick his finger in the person's leg and finger.
Yeah. It was actually a little worse because you could kind of see like.
You're not talking about your right. You're not talking about your right favor.
Nah. I gotta find it.
All right, man, that was bad though.
Dude literally looked like he had a vag on his chin. The guy who I'm talking about.
Joanderson Brito, he came through and he was just tearing his leg up, and that was just the story of the fight. I mean, the fight didn't last long. He was just tearing his leg up, consistently, and one check, he just messed him up. The doctor came in, stopped the fight.
And he had good takedown defense too. Brito? Yeah, good takedown defense, and he wasn't. Jack Shore couldn't really implement nothing that he was trying to do. I was thinking Brito was probably going to be able to find his chin and finish him, but finished him in a whole different way. It was crazy. It was pretty crazy.
I picked Jack Shore because I thought Jack Shore would be able to control him and lay and pray and all that kind of stuff. But
right. Well, see, Joannis and Brito, he finished Jonathan Pierce.
Yeah,
he may have even choked him out. So that let me know that okay, like he's not no slouch on the ground, but he's known for his hands. So Brazil was on a little roll at this point. I'm curious to see the exact injury they how they diagnosed that injury with
they said it, but it was kind of hard to hear because of the crowd and stuff. But he said it as the next fight was walking out. I think as Paul Craig was walking out.
Speaking of Paul Craig is defeated by Caio Borralho. I believe it was the second round knockout. Paul Craig just looked hopeless out there, man. He definitely need to improve his striking and his wrestling because, like I said, he's jiu-jitsu ace, but he can't seem to get the fight on the ground. He started shooting from way out, looking desperate. He threw a whole lot of naked kicks, meaning he wasn't using his hands to set up the kicks. He was just throwing the kick, and he was only throwing the right kick, like from the power side. He was so predictable. If he wasn't throwing a kick, he was shooting in from way too far back. It was just a recipe for disaster. Caio Borralho was just piecing him up, hitting him with power jabs, 1-2s, pretty much had his way with him. I think Borralho probably took 2 or 3 body kicks, but for the most part, Paul Craig was just so predictable and so one-dimensional. So it was only inevitable for him to get knocked out. You watch that fight for I say like 2 minutes, and you already know, yeah, he's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah,
Paul even said it early in the fight when Caio Borralho threw like a combination, and when he closed the distance, Paul Craig was his reflexes were so slow to move that he almost went past Paul Craig. And Paul Cutler was like, "Oh, that's not good. That's not good." Like he was worried for him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Paul Craig, man. He couldn't get no respect on the feet. Like nobody respects his hands. All you're gonna do is kick. I know what's coming, and then I know you're gonna desperately pursue takedowns. It was just bad. He ended up getting caught with a hook that just made him fall up against the cage and then drop forward to his knees, and it was over. Fighting nerds win again.
Yeah, man. This was bad for Paul Craig because I'm a fan of him. I like seeing him fight. He can't really hang with the upper echelon of the division. You know, he only got one path to victory, and it's either he get thrashed for a few rounds and come back, or he just gets you down on the ground and submit you. But the problem is him getting people to the ground is an issue because, like you said, his wrestling need to improve. You know, this was real bad. I mean, he got put out nasty. He got put out cold. Cal Brow, I'm a huge fan of him. I'm interested to see what he's gonna do next, and I feel like he's definitely gonna be a future title challenger for a fact.
He called out Jared Cannonier.
And nobody calls out Cannonier. So I would like to see that fight, to be honest. I don't know if Cannonier do he got a fight coming up or no?
I'm not sure, but I feel like it's a little too soon for Borralho. But we'll see. I mean, that's the thing about when you start beating ranked guys. There's nowhere to run from there. Fight's only gonna get harder. So if you get there too soon, then I mean it's only gonna get harder until you get knocked back down.
All right, but he ranked number 14. He just beat number 13. We want to see him fight Fluffy, number 12.
Fluffy got a fight with Kelvin Gastelum coming up.
He should beat him. Jacker Manson.
That would be perfect. That would be perfect.
Yeah, the main event. There you go. All right.
Next up, we had Michelle Pereira versus Ihor Potieria. So I put in a parlay last night, and it had Ishmael Bonfim who got the win, Caio Barrayo who got the win, Michelle Pereira who got the win, but I had him to win by knockout, and he decided to get a submission. This was one-way traffic. I was trying to tell my brother before the fight started that this guy gonna get knocked out, right? And then he was like, "Nah, he's not." I'm like, "Yeah, but he is though." And he's like, "Nah, I don't see that happening." I'm like, "But it's gonna happen."
He didn't get knocked out.
He got knocked out and submitted. Nah,
Well,
he didn't get knocked out, but he was on his way there. And then Michelle Pereira decided to kind of steal my thunder a little bit and go ahead and choke him out. He had him in the nasty mounted guillotine. And no, he didn't. It was a standing guillotine. And he tapped one time and then passed out. And when he let go, he just dropped, fell to his back, eyes open, nobody home. And then all of a sudden he woke up and started coughing his mouthpiece up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't for that.
Yeah, this was crazy, man. I didn't see this coming.
Wait 1 second. What I forgot to mention is he knocked Potieria down, and then
yeah,
he did like a backflip and into like it almost came off like a backflip knee drop. Kind of caught him with the knee to the shoulder, shin hit the head, and after the fight they were discussing that for a while. I thought they were going to end up saying that it was an illegal strike to a grounded opponent, but they gave him the dub.
Rightfully so, they should have, because that didn't have much effect on him. But you got to start doing that, though.
Yeah.
I didn't see the fight playing out like this, man. Because I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be a major upset. I feel it coming. I feel the upset coming. I was one fight too soon, though. But anyway, so basically, as soon as the fight started, he just rushed him and he caught him. And I don't know if he dropped him with the initial flurry. I think he did. And then he got on top of him. Well, he got the standing guillotine. And once I seen him tap once, but they'll let go, and he just fell back and he was out of there. And you just seen him. He came back too, like 10 seconds later, but it was already too late, man. He needs top 10 competition, I feel like, or at least give him a ranked opponent.
See, he was supposed to get a ranked opponent in this fight, but his opponent pulled out, his original opponent.
Hey, bro, I got a good opponent for him.
Who?
Chris Curtis.
Yeah, Chris Curtis is injured right now.
Okay, Paul Craig.
Paul Craig is not a good opponent.
But he's ranked, though.
Yeah, but is he?
Actually, he might lose his ranking.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you want him to fight. Cal Bernardo, I mean, he's ranked number 14. You got Kamzat number 11. Hermanson number 10. Roman Dolidze at number 9. I think that'd be a good one.
Dolidze is scheduled to fight. He got a fight coming up too. I can't remember who.
Imanov's not gonna fight him. Costa, Brandon Allen, Marvin Vittori.
Give him Vittori.
I'd be okay with that. I think he matched up well. And I want to just send a shout out to Twitter too for everybody listening in. That's on Twitter.
That's what's up. Yeah, I definitely think Michelle Pereira is on his way up to championship contender.
Yeah, I agree. All right, bro. What you got for this fight?
Man, Anthony Smith versus Vitor Petrino. Finally, an underdog pulls one out. In impressive fashion too. Vitor Petrino was extremely confident, and I felt like he was going to win. I felt like this was Anthony Smith passing the torch, but this is the first time on this card where the older guy, comes through and maintains his spot, fights off the young hungry lion. Vitor Petrino was actually doing a really good job on the feet. He was catching Anthony Smith a little bit. Anthony Smith did land some nice leg kicks. Petrino, I don't know if that's why he did it, but he went in and he shot for the takedown. As soon as he engaged, started playing that game, I said it out loud. I said, that's a horrible idea. Why are you doing that? That's a horrible idea. Why are you doing that? Like, big mistake. So he picked Anthony Smith up and went to take him down. When he went to take him down, Anthony Smith just locked his hands and got him in the body triangle and jumped guillotine. And it was a wrap. And Anthony Smith was so calm. He didn't look like he was straining too hard, nothing. He just knew, I got you. And it was like a spider getting you caught up in his web. He was not letting go of that guillotine. And Petrino had to tap 2 minutes in.
Yeah, I was extremely impressed with this one. Nobody picked Anthony Smith. I thought he was going to get smashed and ran through, especially coming off his last performance against Khalil Roundtree, where he got TKO. Yeah, Petrino just got overzealous. The leg kicks did more damage than I thought it did, because even after the fight, he was limping pretty bad, like real bad. So I feel like because his legs got shot, he went for the takedown, and that was his mistake, because his best path to victory would be to stand up. But Anthony Lionheart took that away, The leg kicks in MMA is one of the most utilized tools and one of the most effective tools you can use, because it just, it evens the playing field and just takes away a fighter's mobility, and if a fighter can't stand or walk around, that's basically the whole fight right there. They can't really do nothing else,
Yeah, I was really impressed with Anthony Smith. He really needed that victory, and I wanted him to win. I just didn't see it happening. So Vitor Petrino got what he asked for. He didn't realize that he didn't know that he didn't want what he thought he wanted.
What's next for Anthony Lionheart, bro?
I mean, even though he's number 10, I feel like he always 2 fights away from a championship fight, especially if we're going to keep his name in his mouth. So, I mean, you never know. I don't know.
Man, give him number 6, Nikita Krylov. You'll thrash him and then give him another victory and then give him the title shot.
You don't be showing Krylov no love.
Why should I?
I don't know. I like him. I think he's pretty talented.
Where should Petrino go from here, bro? I got a good fight for him.
What you got?
Ryan Spann.
Oh, yeah, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect.
I'm telling you, man, UFC hired me as a matchmaker, at least for 2 or 3 cards, Give me 2 fight nights, 2 pay-per-views.
Next up, we got the return of the King of Rio, Jose Aldo versus Jonathan the Dragon Martinez. Jose Aldo looked amazing. He was ripped. He was fast. He had cardio. Boxing was on point. Jonathan Martinez was using his leg kicks in the first round. Aldo checked a few of them. And then it was all downhill from there for Jonathan Martinez. Although just the hands were just so fast, so on point. Nice body shots. Everything he threw was in combination. He started using his leg kicks, which we haven't seen in a while. And it was just a shutout performance for Jose Aldo. It looked very impressive. I don't know if Martinez was
starstruck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
What it was, but yeah, he wasn't really letting his hands go.
Hey, look, I go back to the WEC days from Fuel TV and stuff like that, man. So I'm a huge Jose Aldo fan, but I don't want to take nothing away from him. He was very impressive. He looked better than I expected him to look. He was fast. He was mixing up his body shots and utilizing his leg kicks. Well, I just feel like Martinez was starstruck, bro. Honestly, you feel me? I'm not used to seeing him. He looked like a different fighter to me, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the volume wasn't there.
Yeah, and I just feel like the moment maybe it was a little bit too big for him, which I was surprised because he's somebody that I figured not saying he don't got that dog in him, but I know because he got that dog in him, I thought he would pull out an upset here. But shout out to Jose Aldo, man. I love seeing him get that W, and I'm kind of hoping that he just go out like this so that we can think of him going out on a high note.
Yeah, but he won't because he was already talking about he would like to talk to Dana, Sean, and Mick and see if they could work something out where he can get re-signed and make a title run because he feel good now. But let me ask you this. Back to the point that I made yesterday. You think he was on EPO?
Nope.
You think he was on nothing?
Correct.
I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at him like, man, this dude looks shredded.
He do though, bro.
Like
he was
better
looking,
at
bro.
this
Yes,
than he did when
yes.
he was in his prime. And then on top of that, I was like, man, like he's faster than I remember.
Hey, bro, it just comes from hard work and hitting the mix in the gym, man. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
You sure?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the first return that we've seen post USADA, so
Yeah.
it might have been a little spicy.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with him though. If he do get re-signed, where do you think he should go? Who do you think he should fight next?
Dominic Cruz. Let's go ahead and get that out the way.
Good one. Yeah, ain't no better answer than that.
Last but not least, we had the reigning, defending, undisputed flyweight champion Alessandre the Cannibal Pantoja versus Astro Boy Steve Erceg. And what was a very entertaining fight. Pantoja is just a monster, man. He is so relentless. He just comes forward. I feel like the first round he kind of dominated, but Astro Boy was definitely starting to get his timing down. So then he started coming in, and when he was charging in, he was walking into elbows, walking into counter left hooks. He was implementing the takedowns. Erceg showed that he is, extremely competent on the ground. Thinking Black said Aldo was on those prayers and vitamins.
Yeah.
And Chris said Bones is on that Conor McGregor secret juice. So Pantoja implementing the takedowns. You could tell it showed that he was the more experienced, battle-tested, well-rounded fighter. Erceg did open up a cut on Pantoja's forehead as he made him step into an elbow. He was doing real good timing him with those elbows because Pantoja was just diving in recklessly, but at the same time, that's what he does. And I swear, I can't figure Pantoja out because every time he looks tired, it's like you can tell he's tired, but it doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he never stops. Like he can fight through it, and that's something that's really impressive. Obviously, it shows that he's putting the work in, and you can tell that that's natural because if it wasn't, then he wouldn't look as fatigued as he is. He just pushed through it. I say he pretty much pitched a shutout. Steve Erceg did win one round. I feel like it was the third, in my opinion. And yeah, man, I do feel like Steve Erceg showed that he is championship material, and he will be back, and he is a future champion. But for right now, the division remains in the hands of Alessandro Pantoja. But I feel like this division, man, is on fire right now. If you look at where it was when Mighty Mouse was champ, no disrespect to Mighty Mouse, but he was just so dominant. And then when you look at where it is now and the classic championship fights that we've seen, whether it was Moreno versus Figueiredo, whether it was Moreno Pantoja, and then you had Figueiredo and Benavidez. It's been some classic championship fights. I really wish that Manel Kate would get it together, man.
Bro, missing weight and pulling out of fights.
Yeah.
If he only
But
talks as much trash as he talk, like you said, he gotta get it together. For this fight, Pantoja, like you said, man, like as soon as the bell rang and the fight started, he rushed Erceg. He just straight up rushed him. He caught him off a couple of jabs or whatever, and that was his mentality for all 5 rounds. I thought that he was going to get caught rushing in because he kept just lunging himself forward.
he
So
did get caught rushing in a couple times.
I thought he was going to get knocked out like that though. Erceg caught him with an elbow that split him open a little bit. Erceg caught him with a nice combination where it was an elbow combination and then with a left hook right on the button. And Pantoja just kept charging forward. And bro, like I feel like that shot is the epitome of a knockout shot because it was right on the chin, like right on that button. You feel me?
Right.
And he left himself open for it, But obviously he got a chin. Even though Erceg only won the 3rd round, I still, take a little moral victory in his defeat because he didn't get thrashed or dominated, and it wasn't like a one-sided ass whooping. It wasn't like a Irene Aldana versus Amanda Nunes performance. You feel me? He showed
lack of a performance.
Yeah, he showed that he wanted it. He showed that he wanted to be in there. It's just that Pantoja showed his veteran savviness. If you look on the screen right now, Pantoja, he had 9 takedowns. To Erceg's 1. Total strikes 143 to 129, which is not bad, not a bad disparity. Significant strikes 125 to 111. Pantoja just did a little bit more, than what Erceg did to keep his belt. I was pretty impressed with him. I think he's going to keep that belt for a little bit just because of his mentality. I don't think he's the most talented fighter, but it's just his will to win, And the way, like you said, like he be looking so tired, so gassed, and he just keep coming forward.
Man, go ahead.
I would like to see him fight. I don't know who he will fight next.
I got you.
Oh, Muhammad Makayev?
Nah, I wasn't gonna say that. But actually, it might make a little more sense than what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I would like to see him fight Alex Perez, but it's crazy because Muhammad Makayev just beat Alex Perez, but then Alex Perez just knocked out Mataus Nicolau. So, either one of those two, would do. I feel like he'll beat. I feel like him and Perez would be a better fight. That may even be a rematch though, but I don't think Makayev. I'm high on Makayev, but after I saw the Perez fight, I felt like he still got a lot of work to do. Even though Perez is extremely game, I just feel like Makayev gassed out, and that's one thing that you can't gas out against Pantoja. You can't do that, and that was in a 3-round fight. So imagine him going 5. And Pantoja's scrambles are just amazing. I feel like I don't know. He really impressed me. I feel like he came into this fight looking to prove to Steve Erceg that you don't belong in here with me.
Hey, bro, I think he's probably one of the best scramblers in the UFC.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
When is this fight gonna happen? Tercio versus Yeah, bro. Anything else you got for the UFC 303 before I move on to the future events?
UFC 301. Look at
301.
You got McGregor on the brain. Come on, man. Overall it was a pretty decent card. I wouldn't give it like an A. I would give it like a B minus. C plus, B minus.
Yeah, I was gonna say C plus. I'll give it a C plus.
It was a lot of entertaining fights that lacked the big stakes, the big name value. A lot of people trying to defend their place in the rankings from younger up and comers. Most of the time, the up and comers was coming through and taking their spot, but Anthony Smith was able to hold them off. And overall, before I know a lot of people were saying that, oh, this card wouldn't be worth buying. But after they watched it, I talked to like 3 different people that said, yeah, it probably would have been worth it. Probably would have been worth it.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad card at all.
Pantoja got that dog in him. Solid 7 out of 10. So next week we got this card. I feel like it was.
Oh,
Yeah, that's gonna be
man.
interesting. That Buckley fight.
This one too. Minute.
Yeah.
Hey, Diego Ferreira, man. I didn't like his last fight.
Yeah, because of Michael Johnson, right?
Yep.
Alex Caceres, Sean Woodson. That should be interesting. Robelis.
Hey, Chris. There go your boy right here, Chris.
Yeah, so this is what the UFC is offering next week. They're going to be in St. Louis. It's going to be a fight night, but because it's not in the Apex, I expect it to be one of the better fight nights.
Bro, this really should be the co-main event right here. I'm excited for this fight. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Robelis de Spain, because Cortez Acosta, he's the former MLB player, baseball player, not MLB, but baseball player. And he's a stand-up guy, so this is going to be a straight-up stand-up fight right here.
Not for long.
Chase Hooper.
Hey,
Boris, yeah. Hey, I hope he wins so he can do his dance.
Terrence
T-Rex.
on the card.
Hey. Sabatarici. Baby
Peter Pennington. Oh, Raquel. Trey Waters, Billy Goff, Charles Johnson, Jake Hadley. Hey, I like Jake Hadley. Keep an eye out for him.
Jared Gooden. Kevin Giuseppe.
JJ Aldrich.
Hey, Veronica Hardy.
They got a pretty good card next week, man.
Not that bad.
I feel bad because he's going to find Waldo Chen, no problem. Yeah, bro, it's the Dominican versus the Cuban.
Ha!
Yeah, man, so tune back in with us, man. We'll be back. I want to say...
We're going to tell you right now, we're going to be back.
May...
Well, 30th, right?
No, wait. May 8th. I believe May 8th for UFC 302. Poirier versus Makachev.
The fight is on June. It's on June 1st.
Yeah. June 1st. I don't know. What am I thinking about now?
So probably like May 30th, 31st. I don't know how many days is in May, but
yeah, man. This is gonna be a big one for me. It's bittersweet.
Hey, Dustin Poirier, my brother's favorite fighter. So sorry, bro. Is he finna jump that guillotine and get smashed?
Nah.
Boy, Kopylov.
Joshua Van, that's who Kevin Borjas made his
Nico Price.
I think Alex Morono gonna do him. Nico Price is too inconsistent.
Let's bet on it.
See, there go Delize right there versus Fluffy. I knew that I was wrong about Gaston.
Okay, hey, Fluffy gonna smash this guy. Mickey Gall, Basel Hafez. Hey. All right.
He made his debut against Madalena.
Yeah, Jake Matthews, Phil Rowe.
Grant Dawson, Joe Selecki, Jocelyn Edwards, Eileen Perez. The card is not done, but so far so good. Anything else you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Nah, man, just enjoy the playoffs. I believe we got a game 7 for the Magic and the Cavs, so that should be interesting. I'll tune into that.
All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment. We always look forward to seeing y'all feedback. Don't forget, tune in to the channel, man. It's a lot of content on here. The Final Boss will be back to you guys tomorrow with a live watch along for Monday Night Raw. And there's Wrestling with Reality on Wednesday, and it's a preview to Backlash review. He did a watch along for the main event last night. You should go back and check that out. And also, we got Tape Fist Politics on Tuesday.
Let's go.
Thanks for everybody tuning in on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
All right, peace.
Peace.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
Straight Talk MMA, hosted by Zay Bonez, the MMA Brotherz.